So this is the Euro-dollar analysis for Wednesday, 13th of December. Now, let's have a look what happened with prices and where they might likely go. So here on the 12th, what we did see, we saw a brief recovery from the 1771. We did look like we were poised to head towards that 1810, but we didn't have the momentum follow through. This candle here of the 1771 did seem a good indicator for a possible move towards the 1810, after which we're looking at 1830, but the move failed and we did see some selling momentum come back into the market. So we've come down, tested, brief move up, and then we've seen the subsequent sell-off. So we've broken down beneath the 1771 all the way down to the 1728. We didn't quite get down to the level below that at 1710. But in around the 1728, we have trade below the 1728. Here we stopped 2 pips away. In this occasion, we did trade below it. We traded as low as, I think, so 117.19. So you could say this level has held, as we have traded slightly below it. Not too concerning, I'd say. But we have seen some buy side momentum. We've had a bit of a pullback there. We do look poised for further continuation. So in light of us coming down to this area of support where we have seen buying momentum come back into the markets, and again we've seen some slight buying momentum come back into the market again. We're looking for prices to head towards our 1771. If we do break 1771, we're looking to target 1810. Above 1810 we have 1830, but up at 1830 we do have to be aware of the 200 and 400 period moving average. The 200 period moving average in blue, 400 period moving average in black. They act as dynamic levels of resistance for more sell side momentum to come into the market. We are expecting some fundamental factors out. I think is here on Wednesday, so we could potentially see an overshoot. So if we did overshoot possibly 1830, we're looking in around this 1862 and beyond, which we're looking for a 1910. I can't imagine prices going much beyond, say, 1960. If there is quite a lot of volatility, 1960 to the upside, I would expect to be the far end of the range. But we'll more likely see a move up toward in between the zone here of 1862 and 1910. Now, those are our upside targets if we do successfully break the horizontal levels as well as the dynamic levels of resistance. Now, if we do see a breakdown from where we are at present, we're currently at 1747. If we do see a breakdown, we're looking to see our price react to 1710. Below 1710, we're looking in around the 1670, 1680. From there, we're targeting 1612. Now, if we do have quite a bit of volatility here in the market, we could overshoot 1612. And if we do overshoot 1612, we look at the most recent lows in and around this 115.55. So in around 115.60, if we do break below 1612, 115.60 will be the far end of the range we would expect here on the euro dollar. Now let's just have a look at the daily time frame before wrapping up here. We've mentioned the levels to the upside and the downside, so we'll have a look at the daily time frame to see how prices are developing on the daily time frame. So if we get the scale on here correct, so on this daily time frame, we've had some more sell-off, more of the selling off. So we had a gap down the market. We've seen a further sell-off. We've come down to test these most recent swing low. So we've got our lows, we've got a higher low, and we have seen a subsequent breakdown of prices towards that this higher low here. Now this the most recent trend is still to the downside. So possibly see more sell side momentum coming into the market, but we do have to be aware that fundamental events could have a dramatic turnaround and a move towards that 1910. But overall, the most recent trend is to the downside. Prior to that, we were heading upwards, but we seem to have turned. We've currently trading below this 20 period moving average here as well. So we've got our highs. Potentially, we have a lower high there. So a move back down to that 1612 or 1612 or 1560 or so, we could potentially be looking to head there, especially in light of the trend here being slightly to the downside more recently. Now, with that said, I think I've covered everything here on the euro dollar. So, thanks for watching.